Hello and welcome to Inside the PGTI. After a break of almost 3 months, the PGTI bandwagon moved to Bengaluru. One of the most modern metropolis and brimming with young population, the capital city of Karnataka is also the third largest city in the country. Situated 3,000 feet above sea level, the Green City is known for its pleasant climate throughout the year. And 126 golfers have the near-perfect conditions to do battle for the title of the Eagleburg Masters at the prestigious Eagleton Golf Resort. This was the fourth of the 7 Super Series events scheduled in 2014 and carried an attractive prize purse of 40 lakh rupees. The big-ticket event also brought in some big names and included quite a few budding stars on the circuit.
The youngsters are right up there, and especially Rashid, and who's the winner of Asian Tour, and the rookies of last year, Subhankar Sharma, and all these guys. So it's a great field and having a tough competition there.
The pros saw Eagleburg Masters as a great opportunity to get into the groove before the congested back end of the 2014 season.
I think every tournament itself is an opportunity, and I think that's the beauty of our sport, because every week is a new week for us. So whenever you start a tournament, you're always looking to do well, looking to win. So and especially this event, because we've had a long break coming in, so everyone's raring to go, everyone's rested. So I think everyone wants to get off to a good start, because this is the most important part of the season now. So yeah, I think it's an important week for everyone.
Though big guns such as Jyoti, Rahil and Anirban were missing, everyone expected local boy S. Chikkarangappa to fire.
Everybody's playing a fair level of good golf, and but here the hot favorite obviously is Chikka. He's his home course, and he's been playing really well last year or so. So he obviously is the man to beat. But other than that, everybody else is here. Like Rashid is here. He's playing well. Everybody's in form. So you can't count anybody out. In at least there were top 10 players, the top 20 players. You can't count anybody out.
Being the hot favourite, Chikka was hoping to live up to his billing at his beloved Eagleton course.
There's no doubt about it. It's an advantage playing on a home course. There's always an advantage. You feel more comfortable, and where I just won tournament last tournament I won, so it's a good energy level which I've got, and obviously playing Super Series at a home club, it's a lot more advantage, and it will be very useful for me.
Another hot favourite was the Order of Merit leader Rashid Khan, who was expecting stiff competition from the 21-year-old Bangalorean.
It's nice to hear. First of all, it's good to hear from him that I'm being the competitor for him, and end of the day it's golf, so it depends on how you play. I take it as a compliment and just go out there and play.
At the challenging course, the golfers were hoping to put their strategies into practice with a special emphasis on their shot game.
The thing is, the course is a very small course, and if you're good with your wedges, like inside 150 yards, if you're good, you can make chip and putts, you'll be shooting good scores. And other than that, I think you have to drive the ball well. You have to just do the basic things which you do on every course, and you'll shoot a good round.
The greens over here are pretty tricky, and it's very very tough to read the line. So as long as your putter works, I think you're pretty sorted, because the golf course is not very long and it's set up pretty soft. So it's all about the best putter this week, and a person who can read a good line.
At the start of the event, this is how the ranking shaped up. Rashid Khan was leading the standings with almost 1,437 points, with local boy Chikka not that far behind. And with the home advantage behind Chikka, he was keen to make the most of it. The 7,100 yards par 72 course is one of its kind, especially with the elements remaining almost the same throughout the year.
We tried to be self-sufficient. So water is the biggest necessity of any golf course. So we added, in the last couple of years, we added more lakes. We made the existing lakes larger so that we can retain water. And Bangalore has a all-season weather. So we just need to cater to the all-season golfers who love to play throughout the year, and no better place like Bangalore or Eagleton.
Eagleton has also been a nurturing ground for a talented crop of Indian golfers.
When we started golf, at this golf course, we realized that there were few golf courses around, but nobody had taken the golf to the next level. Creating players was most important for golf to grow as well, not just players. But I think the future of Indian golf lies in the hands of players like Anirban Chika, Abhishek Jha and Udayan Mane. And whatever little we could to support them in terms of giving honorary memberships, and supporting them in coaching, giving the coaching facilities and allowing them to play. And we will continue to keep up the good work and hope to get more stars out of Eagleton and from South India.
And the biggest and the brightest stars to have emerged from Eagleton has been four-time Asian Tour winner Anirban Lahiri.
For me personally, this is home. I'm an army kid who's grown up all over the country. I moved here when I was barely 17 and a half, going on 18. And I was welcomed with open arms by the club, by all the guys here, whether it was Ashok sir, Chetan sir, Kiran sir, the whole family. And they brought me in and made me feel like family. So for me, Eagleton is home. Now I live here, so it's even better for me as a place to practice. I think this is one of the best practice facilities in India for anyone, and for professionals and budding professionals like this is fantastic. It's got everything you need: great golf course, good facilities in the clubhouse, in the resort. And as far as the practice is concerned, we have fantastic turf, good weather, Bangalore. So yeah, it's fantastic. I love it.
This 15-year-old course has its own set of challenges, including a difficult trail for golfers to negotiate.
Difficulty level of this golf course, probably the greens. That's something which has always been there. That's an advantage. Probably if I'm the best putter, I always call myself I'm the best putter even on tour. And I know myself that when I start, there's no end. Because of these greens, because the greens always been tricky, reading lines, and that's a tricky part there. People struggle to hold putts here, and that's what has made me a lot more stronger. Wherever I go, it doesn't matter which golf course, but I know how to putt because of these greens. And that's the best part of this golf course.
With top-notch playing conditions, the Eagleton had a lot more to look for, as it was also slated to host the first ever Asian Development Tour event to be played in India. The $70,000 prize money Take Solutions India Masters was to follow at the end of October.
Eagleton always loves to have the event for the first time. If you go back in 2006, we had the Ladies European Tour coming to India for the first time. And again, it's very pleasing to note PGTI and Asian Tour has chosen us to have their event. Asian Development Tour again is an amazing thing to come to India for the first time, because it gives scope to many PGTI players to show their mettle to the world.
Time for a break. When we come back, it's tee-off time at the 2014 Eagleburg Masters. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Inside the PGTI as we tee off the Eagleburg Masters. Local hero S. Chikarangappa began well with a decent round of 4 under, including an eagle on par 5 10th. Abhinav Lohan had a bogey-free round and finished 6 under with a share of the leaderboard alongside Ajitesh Sandhu, who had 7 birdies on a solid day at the office. Bangladesh's Mohammad Zamal hit an eagle on 10th and made consecutive birdies at 12th, 13th and 14th holes. Sri Lanka's N. Thangaraja also shared the spoils at the top thanks to an eagle on par 5-7.
It's always good when you're leading. I mean, that's what we always work for. But it's still the first day. There's 54 holes to go. A lot can happen in that. But I'm playing well, so looking forward to the next 3 days. Hopefully I can get a win this week.
I mean, I've surprisingly hit it pretty good. I haven't prepared much for this tournament, but I mean, to my surprise, I hit the ball good, made a couple of long putts, and that's about it. Kept the ball in play. I mean, I played percentage golf, didn't really go very aggressive, just tried to keep it in play every time.
Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard then. Abhinav Lohan, Ajitesh Sandhu, Mohammad Zawal and N. Thangaraja. With a score of 6 under, it was a 4-way tie at the top. Fifth position was shared between Delhi's Rashid Khan, Khalin Joshi, Pawan Kumar, Sandeep Sehal, Siddharth Semwal and local favourite S. Chikarangappa, who was living his childhood dream at a course he learned his craft. Born in a family of farmers in Range Gaudawana village, Chika showed courage to venture out and carve out a new path for himself, even as his village evolved ever so slowly.
It's a very small village. Born and brought up there. My parents, my grandparents, great-grandparents, everybody's lived there. A lot of agriculture around the village, and my parents also been doing that. My grandparents also has been doing that since then. And it's just a very small place where, just living together since many years, and almost like almost half of the village are like relative to each other. And that's how we generally, it's like a society type, how there are in other places. So in villages it's the same place, and it's that mainly is that everybody in the same caste. That's probably in the village is that first thing comes out is that same caste. Generally people don't allow other people caste to probably even to rent them or things like that. They're very, very particular about that before, but now it's gotten a little better. People have understood what caste is just made of us. It's not made by anybody else, and they're slowly getting better now.
Chika's initiation with golf coincided with the formation of the Eagleton Golf Resort in the late 90s.
Eagleton, like I said, Eagleton was, the first village was there, and then they just bought land from all the people here, and they just started building up. So that's when I got to know this Eagleton Golf Resort is coming up. So I don't know what is exactly Eagleton Golf. I mean, golf, I have no idea what exactly it is. And I just, people would just go from our same village, my friends would come out here to work on their weekends and make some money and probably take care of their education or help their family. And that's what they were doing. And I was really, really young that time, probably when I was 7 or 8, like that. And it was really difficult for me to get in here because of a lot of security, because I was really small and they would not allow me inside. So somehow one day I, just came inside and just saw it, and then as I entered for the first time on hole number 6, I can see that there was a guy standing on the tee box and trying to hit the ball as hard as he can. And I was just, as I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is something completely different. It looked quite similar to hockey because it's again green and quite similar kind of a stick. But then here it's that you are making a swing and you have teed up a ball and then you're just hitting it hard. It could look quite interesting, and I was really got really into that, and that's when I first entered Eagleton, and that's when I saw what is golf.
His grasp for the game in his formative years has been one of the biggest factors behind his success and has impressed his coaches and peers.
I think for him it was, it was this new exciting thing. He was like any kid, all he wanted to do was, I think, get away from school, and this was a great excuse for him. And it all started out with Vijay sir, our coach, just observing him and telling him that, asking him rather if he wanted to play, and obviously there's nothing better that you'd want to do as a kid. And I think right from the beginning he was very talented. He had a lot of touch, a lot of feel, and that's one of the things that a lot of kids have. When they grow up, they imitate very well, they watch, very observant, So yeah, he was always a quick learner, and he had his own style quotient right from when he was a kid. And no, he was a wonderful kid, very hardworking, very sharp, and a very quick learner.
And much of the credit for Chika's blossoming game goes to his coach Vijay Devecha, the man who not only taught him golf but also valuable lessons of life.
One thing that we have to understand is that Chika comes from a village, and he used to work right here, picking up balls from the trees where the machine couldn't go to pick it up. And right here, just behind where you're standing, is where I first saw him. And it's important for us to prepare these young people for where they are going. Because he never had the advantage of having been inside a club, because these are the people we normally keep outside the club. And he was going to be playing tournaments, visiting different places. It was important for him to learn.
Chika learned the ropes quickly and showed his class at the start of his professional career.
It was a great start for me. I think probably the amazing start of my career. First event I played in South Zone, Ooty, and came second there. And immediately we had a tournament in Eagleton, which is my home course. And that time Kalin Joshi was the national player. He was probably #1 in the national circuit. And he came down to play. I mean, we would look up to all these guys, the way how they play. You know, national #1 is not easy at all. And I had just started as my second tour of my career. And I came out here, played. I still remember first round I shot 11 over, second round I shot 4 over. And I won by some 6 or 7 shots and beating him. That was something that gave me such a booster for me to go ahead and to not look back at all, that I can do something. And until then, you know, I had that set of mind, okay, let me start and see how it goes. But after I won that, I told myself, this is what I want to do. This is what I love doing. I really loved that fact that second round when I was playing under pressure, I was not feeling any pressure. I was, you know, hungry. I was hungry to just go out there and just you know, shoot such good number to, you know, win it. And there was no pressure at all. I was not feeling anything. People were saying, you know, you feel pressure and under playing against this guy. That was not there in me. I think probably it's just gifted or something. But since then, I was always like that. Even as a young kid, I would never take anything into my life. I would always face it in a stronger way. I would never feel any pressure. So that was something which I realized myself. And that's when I told myself, okay, this is what I want to do as a professional.
It's time for another break. When we come back, it's the action from the second round. Welcome back. Ajitesh Sandhu and Abhinav Lohan set the mark on the opening day, but they too saw new faces emerge on the leaderboard. Bangalore lad S. Shikarangappa had a cracker of a round as he topped the leaderboard at the end of day 2 with a card of 5 under and 9 under overall as he made 3 birdies and an eagle on par 5 7th. Tied with him was 2014 Rolex rankings leader Rashid Khan, who fired 7 birdies, but 2 consecutive bogeys on the 4th and the 5th were the only blemishes on an otherwise perfect day for the Delhi lad. Harindra Gupta was also in hot form with an eagle on the 7th, which helped him finish with 4 under on the day. Meanwhile, day 1 leader Ajitesh Sandhu went from spectacular to steady on the day with 3 birdies and a bogey. Despite provisionally claiming the top spot, Chika wasn't quite pleased with a few aspects of his game.
I mean, I was really unhappy with the way how I was stroking and the reading also. You know, since this is my home course and I was not able to judge the green right and read the green wrongly. So I was really unhappy with that. And I was really angry about that than anything else. So it's just that little bit upset came in between. But in line, I just managed to somehow control and just come out with that.
A quick check then at the leaderboard after the culmination of the second round. Rashid and Shikha shared the top spot with scores of 9 under. Harendra Gupta and Manish Goyal broke into top 10 and were tied at 5th place with 7 under overall. Randhir Singh was placed 7th after the second round with an overall score of 6 under. Angad Chima fashioned a superb turnaround in the second round as well, recording 6 under after a miserable opening round of 7 over. We caught up with him after his great round and sought his expert opinion on just what to look for while filling up your new golf bag.
Hi guys, I'm Angad Chima. I'm standing here at the Eagleton Pro Shop to help you guys pick up a bag for yourself and all the equipment you need to probably improve your game. So let's start with the first. That's the bag I've picked. And it's a Titleist bag, stand bag, easy to carry and doesn't have weight problem, easy for a caddy as well. So that's the first. Now let's start with the biggest club in your bag. Let's start with the driver. I would probably pick this driver. It's Callaway Big Bertha. It's the latest edition of the Callaway. It's probably the longest going club right now in the market. And I've used a 50 stiff for myself. It's a stiff shaft, but depending upon how often you play and how strong you are, you should probably, if you're a regular club golfer, probably a regular shaft. And if you're like younger, or for the matter if you're a more regular player, probably go for a stiff. So this is the biggest club in your bag. Now let's go to the woods, right? So these days it's 3 woods compulsory almost in everyone's bag. But other than the 3 wood, the people who have rescues, 2 irons and 5 woods, depending on how the golf club is. So firstly, let's pick a 3 wood. That's the 3 wood I've picked. It's again a Callaway. Razorfit, it's a 15-degree club, and this is a must in everyone's bag. So after this, what goes next is a 5 wood. So personally, if I'm at Eagleton, I would prefer a rescue or a 5 wood than a 2 iron because it's not really required. But only if this was Delhi Golf Club, it has to be a 5 wood for me. So that's again 5 wood. It's a TaylorMade R11 and it's a stiff shaft again for myself. So I think we're done with the woods here. Let's go to the irons. I think I have my irons set there. So here we have the irons. It's a Callaway X Hot. I would use a steel shaft for myself, but depending upon your handicaps again, you need probably a regular flex on it. See, just because the bag being like this, it has a lot of space for everything. Now we can go to the wedges. Now we have the wedges. So as I can tell you, the wedge, a pitching wedge is a 48 degree. So to have your yardages equal and more consistent, I picked out a 52, a 56 and a 60. So now if you realize, it becomes a 4-degree difference between all your clubs, a 48, a 52, a 56 and a 60. So that will help you get your yardages right. That's very important. So that's what I have in my bag as well. So now you have an even distribution between all your yardages and everything. So you don't have to manufacture shots or open club faces too much. So everywhere you have your easy shots will go halfway between the two and your full shots for a certain yardage. Let's go pick the putter now. Okay, before I pick out a putter, I can tell you there are 2 types of putters. One is a face balance putter. So if you see, if I've kept the putter like this, the face is square. Now, and the other is a toe heel balance putter. If I do the same thing to that, if you see, there's an angle to it. So these putters, the toe heel balance are more for a person who has a stroke which goes slightly in and then square and through. On the other hand, a face balance putter is for a person who probably goes more straighter back and then a straighter through. So personally, I have a straighter back, straighter through putting stroke, so I prefer a face balance putter. And as you can see, all of these putters here, Odyssey is probably the best putting, probably makes the best putters all around the world. So I myself use a Odyssey, so probably this is the best choice for me and probably for you as well. So here we are, we've finished with our shopping for the day. We've picked out a golf set which probably is the most suited for me here right now, but probably which can help you also pick out the right golf set for you. A driver, must in everyone's bag, 3-wood, 5-wood which you can shuffle between a 5-wood and a rescue. Your iron set, your wedges which are very important. The most important being your putter. Be very careful when you pick it because it's very personal. It should be according to how you feel it should be. And other than that, your golf set in which all of this fits. I hope I've done enough to help you improve your game, and happy golfing, guys.
That's it for this edition of Inside the PGTI. But do join us in the next edition as we bring all the action from the business end of the Eagleburg Masters. Thanks for watching.